You almost are trying to get from point A to point B, and that's a 12-month period. It's like, what's going to be best for me this year? And then next year, I can look at the options again and reassess it, because the networks change, the formularies change for prescriptions, your tax credits change that help you pay for your plan. So the whole idea of set it and forget it is not the case anymore. And so you just need to be a little bit more fluid. Real quick, I was going to mention too, before we forgot about your other question about Blue Cross Blue Shield or picking a certain company. Yes, there is trust in companies as far as quality of service you're getting and making sure they're paying your claims timely and that sort of thing. But they have so many restrictions that they have to answer to federally that really anybody you get on the marketplace is going to be meeting those standards of care. But if you have preferences, that's fine. But really, if you're looking for the best plan for you, it's better to be kind of open and say, okay, well, what is the best plan for me in the network I want to be in, and then kind of go from there.
Okay, perfect.
One of the things that I just heard you say that I wanted to jump in real quick was enrollment period, and that's starting in November. I get a lot of phone calls from people who just maybe they find out they've got cancer. They just got that cancer diagnosis, and it's March. They've never had insurance. They don't have a qualifying event. And they just think because it's government sponsored, or, they say anybody can get it, anybody can get on. And I get these phone calls from people that are like, okay, I just got diagnosed with cancer. I rejected insurance for 5 years and now I need it. And then I have to say, well, you'll need to wait until November. It'll be effective, January. Mm-hmm. And it just blows their mind. It's like, no, it says that I can get on whenever I want. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to explain to them that you can't just pick up the phone and get insurance, right then and there. That would be a scenario of your house is on fire and you call Allstate and say, okay, I need that homeowner's policy now. I've rejected it for 5 years, but I need it now.
And that's why because there's no waiting periods, that's why they have open enrollment and closed enrollment, to protect the insurance company. Because, the insurance companies are businesses. They need to be able to have that balance between claims and premiums and that sort of thing. So yes, they are going to make money, but that also helps pay the claims. So in order to protect themselves, if they're going to cover all your pre-existing conditions right from day one, then you need to have some sort of skin in it. So as far as signing up during open enrollment, which is only a year, that might be a long time for some people, but it's, you do get the opportunity often. Also, with the new law changes recently, there are special scenarios that will allow you to sign up anytime. Like if you are under a certain income threshold and you're considered to be lower income, you can sign up anytime per year just based on your income. So that would be under 150%. Sorry about that. Under 150% of the federal poverty level, which is about roughly $18,000 for an individual. And for a family of four, around $36,500, and it goes up depending on your family size. So that is something that was introduced just this year, and so there are lots of different opportunities to be able to sign up. And we try to go over that with everyone and say, okay, what is every possibility that we can get you to sign up? Did you have this happen, or did you move, or did you lose your insurance, or that sort of thing? Mm-hmm. We want to be able to help you as soon as possible, but there are situations where you may not be able to sign up until the next year.
And I think that's why we rely on you so much, Lauren. It is so overwhelming. And I never hesitate if somebody calls me and throws that question at me and they need it now. Just with you being, that's your niche, that's your passion, just like we have our passions. And it's just so awesome to be able to have someone have that relief of just knowing that they're going to tell you their situation, and then you're going to dig in the weeds and find out what is available for them and be totally honest.
And same thing for you guys too, because with group, there's so many different facets to it that it's kind of one of those things that, I just don't have the time. I want to be able to give people 110%. And if I don't have the time to really know those like the back of my hand, then I don't want to say anything at all.
Right.
Amen.
So,
Same with what you were saying for individual stuff. That's how it is with group.
Right.
There are always changes. And, I had a group the other day that was like, gosh, I thought I had to offer COBRA this whole time. Well, you don't have to offer COBRA insurance unless you're of a certain market space, a certain size. So just laws are changing constantly.
And that's why I think that trying to be in an umbrella type of insurance agent where you sell every type of insurance under the sun, some people may be able to do that. I definitely don't. I like being an expert at what I'm at in that particular thing. And that's why I love working with you guys, because I don't have to worry about the stress of the group side or all the questions or the red tape or the new law changes and vice versa.
Right.
But, it's kind of like a real estate agent. You're going to pay the same commission, so to speak, to someone who's been doing it for 30 years or someone who's brand new at it. I always say, if you're going to be working with an agent, you might as well pick someone that specializes in that particular thing you're looking for. Don't try to go for the convenience factor of just going with whoever was helping you with this and this and this. Try to find those out and shop it piece by piece.
That's a great point.
You could find a completely different route or plan for you just based on who you're talking to.
Whereas I love my primary care physician, if I had a heart condition, I would want to seek out a specialist.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Well, that is our time for today. Thank you so much for being on with us, Lauren. We appreciate you. Disclaimer. Subjects that we discuss on the podcast are meant to be used as topics of conversation. All figures given are sheer examples. All information is subject to change and probably has changed since the airing of this podcast. Rates and figures change depending upon the demographic in which you live. Anything discussed in this podcast is our opinion. We do not represent Medicare, any governmental agencies, or any of the carrier partners on the show. Each person should do their own research on the various websites to ensure accuracy.